Hello and welcome to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Adik and Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times, channel 276 and free to air, and Nicomsat. The House of Representatives Committee on Communications is interfacing with the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress to avert the nationwide protest scheduled for February 4th, 2025 over the 50% hike in the telecom tariff. The Nigeria Communications Commission NCC recently approved the 50% tariff increase for the telecommunication companies, citing prevailing operational cost. Now, following this development, the NLC vowed to embark on a nationwide protest, calling on the federal government and the National Assembly to revert to the old tariff in the interim. And now to Benue State, as Governor Halia has charged the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria to join active politics in order to bring about the much-needed change in governance. The governor made the call when he played host to the North Central Zone of the association in an interactive meeting. Our correspondent, Felicity Indare, has more details.
With the association, at the instance of Governor Hyacinth Alia, is to share ideas with the body of Christ on how best to influence governance and bring about the desired change for the overall good of society. The governor told the Christian community to be preachers of peace and unity, advocates of human capital development, who must insist on what is right in the sight of God. He maintained that all these can only be achieved when people with the fear of God participate actively in politics of the nation to ensure good governance.
What benefit would it be when you just stand on the side complaining, and every government and regime that comes in, you complain, then you drink water and settle and then keep complaining? Are you fulfilled? You cannot be fulfilled. Be a player. Be a player. There's so much you can do. When you understand the word, it even places you on a better platform for you to bring social change.
The leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria in the North Central region stated that they are committed to representing the church as ambassadors of not only the spiritual realm, but also for societal development. While appreciating the numerous achievements of the governor within his short time in office, the leaders of CAN encouraged him to remain focused and hold firm his vision for the state, assuring the governor of all-round support.
The challenges facing our religion today, whether in governance, security, education, economic development, or religious harmony, requires a unified approach. No single individual, institution, or government can address them alone. Progress is only sustainable when public leaders, religious organizations, civil society, and private sector work together in synergy.
Prayers were offered for the governor as well as goodwill messages from CAN leadership across the state in the North Central and the Federal Capital Territory. In Makudi, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV News.
And our President, Nigerian Bar Association, Alpha Mozigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has commended President Bola Tinubu for signing the Nigerian Maritime University Bill into law. Ozigwe said the university, when fully operational, will not only create jobs for the Niger Delta people, but also possibly lead to the end of agitation in the region. In a statement he personally signed, described the initiative as historic, and several years after the idea of the university was mooted as one of the possible solutions to the agitation in the Niger Delta region. And now the Niger Security and Civil Defense Corps has responded to a petroleum tanker accident at the Gwaraka along Kaduna Road, deploying tactical teams to prevent a potential fire disaster and control the situation. And following the incident, the Corps immediately took action to secure the area and prevent fuel scoping, which could have led to a catastrophic explosion. Meanwhile, the president of the National Association of Nigeria Travel Agencies, Yinka Falomi, has expressed concern over the recent crash incident in the aviation industry. He urged stakeholders, particularly the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and the airline operators, to come together and address all safety concerns for the sake of the traveling public. Yinka, in a statement, noted that the safety of the operational ecosystem must be prioritized for the sake of the traveling passengers. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau has released a preliminary report on its ongoing investigation into the crash landing of an Allied Air Boeing 737-400 freighter at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, which took place on December 11, 2024. The Bureau stated that the plane was scheduled to collect cargo from the Central Bank of Nigeria. However, a more detailed report stated that the aircraft en route to collect cargo from the Central Bank of Nigeria experienced a malfunction with its flaps during its final approach. The Nigeria Police says it will go ahead with the enforcement of the third-party insurance law starting February 1st. Spokesman of the police, ASP Muyiwa, who made this disclosure, hinted that in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Botikun, the Nigeria Police Force once again retread the enforcement of the mandatory third-party insurance. He said the initiative aims to reinforce road safety measures and ensure that all vehicle owners complied with the stipulated insurance requirements to protect themselves and others on the road. The Defense Headquarters has commenced the construction of the Invectus Center for the Armed Forces of Nigeria, state-of-the-art rehabilitation facility designed to provide medical and psychological care for wounded, injured, and sick military personnel. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony in Abuja, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, described the project as a significant step in ensuring the well-being of military personnel who has sustained physical and psychological wounds in the line of duty. When I head to Imo State, has the Ministry of Digital Economy and E-Government says it is poised to drive innovation, skills development and digital transformation in 2025, following Governor Hope Uzodimma's recent visit to the ministry's facilities. Stakeholders are optimistic of the new initiative that will empower citizens and strengthen the state's digital economy. Our correspondent Marchibe has a report.
In an interview with Chimezi Amadi, the Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, he highlighted the ministry's strategic plans for 2025, including expanding digital skills training under the Skill Up Imo project, fostering tech-driven entrepreneurship, and enhancing e-governance solutions to improve public service delivery.
His Excellency has just announced the evolving partnership between the Imo State government and the Silicon Valley in California to build the Imo State Digital City. This is also evolving and will happen pretty soon. And when that happens, Imo State will automatically become the regional and the national innovation hub and the digital skills capital of Nigeria, which is part of our dream and our pursuit.
Amadi stated that the ministry also plans to strengthen partnerships with tech firms and academic institutions to build a digitally savvy workforce. Experts believe these initiatives will position Imo State as a leading digital hub in Nigeria.
Use 2022 to 2023 and even 2024, also 2025, to build a strong digital empowered citizens and also industry-ready digital workforce. These industry-ready digital workforce will be effectively deployed both in the private sector, public sector, and also the informal sector.
With a clear roadmap for innovation and empowerment, the Imo State Ministry of Digital Economy says it is set to make 2025 a transformative year as the state harnesses technology for growth. The vision of a digitally inclusive and economically vibrant Imo State becomes even more attainable. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command have intercepted a vehicle transporting 13 victims of human trafficking to Oyo State and arrested 3 suspects. The Force Public Relations Officer SP Olumiyawa disclosed these in a statement. It noted that in a separate incident on January 29th, the Ogun State Police Command conducted a covert operation locating the kidnappers then following a reported abduction on January 25th. You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, Serap demands Tinubu probe of 26 billion naira oil sector scandal. We shall bring you those details as well as that of foreign and sports and business stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. And now to business news. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has given President Bola Tinubu a 7-day ultimatum to address alleged corruption in the oil sector. The group is urging him to direct the Attorney General Lateef Fahimi and anti-corruption agencies to investigate the disappearance of over 26 billion naira. In 2021, the funds were reportedly missing, diverted or stolen from the Petroleum Technology Development Fund and the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources. The Federal Housing Authority has given estate developers in Lube, Karu and Kubwa areas of the Federal Capital Territory a 3-month deadline to regularize their construction approvals. The authority further stated that all ongoing development in these areas until the required documentation is provided remains suspended. The Federal Housing Authority's statement also noted that developers are required to present key documents including letters of allocation, approved building plans, payment receipts and other proof of ownership such as consent letters for those who have transferred property ownership. In a related development, the federal government has announced plans to introduce an annual electricity subsidy of $600 million for all customers from 2025 as part of efforts to reform the power sector. A subsidy expected to last until 2027 aims to bridge the gap between the cost-reflective tariff and regulated electricity rates while the government works towards eliminating the metering deficit and enhancing the financial sustainability of power distribution companies. Nigeria's Energy Compact document stated that the initiative is part of the National Energy Compact and aligns with Nigeria's broader electrification and clean energy transition plans. Monies on the petroleum sector has a product retail outlet owners association of Nigeria's urged marketers to reduce the price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, following the reduction in the ex-depot price of the product from the 950 naira to 890 naira per litre by Dangote Refinery. The Dangote Refinery announced a reduction in the ex-depot price in a statement where it says the price cut was influenced by the recent decline in the global crude oil prices and a positive outlook in the international energy market. Unforeseen authorities in Sindhi are investigating whether explosives discovered in a caravan were intended for an antisemitic attack. Police say the explosives could have caused 40-meter wide blasts and significant damage, noting that the threat was contained. Investigators stated that a note was found in a caravan that displayed antisemitic messages. United States President Donald Trump says he ordered military airstrikes on a senior attack planner and others from the Islamic State group in Somalia. In a post on X, the office of the President of Somalia said they had been informed of the U.S. strike targeting senior highest leadership in the northern part of the country. Trump, however, did not name any of the people targeted in the strikes. Now to sport, former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya suffered his second career knockout loss on a Saturday night, falling to the Imavov second round in the main event of the UFC Fight Night 2050 in Saudi Arabia. The Nigerian Kiwi fighter who entered the bout on a 2-fight losing streak following defeat to Sin Strikeline and Dricus started well with a series of hard low kicks. Unity's fans impeached the train carrying Venezuela's supporters after the Serie A match on Saturday, triggering a mass brawl that left several people injured and led to the 8 arrests, Italian police says. And on Sunday, around 50 Italian and Australian Udinese supporters, many covering their faces and whistling flags and smoke bombs occupied the tracks of the Barcelona near the northeastern city, while the home side had won 3-2. Now, they forced the trend carrying the Vanessa supporters to stop, at which point several dozen fans on board descended onto the platform, sparking what police described as a massive brawl. That's package on Global TV News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Start Times channel 276. Free to add Nicomsat. You can follow us on social media platform at Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for joining us on News Cycle. My name is Edikan Michael. See you again.